is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and as always, thanks so much for clicking on this video. If you're new, welcome to the channel. I'm the Mustang Hunter. I try to find as many variations of the Mustang as possible, and if I can't find any Mustangs, that's when I move on to all the other cars I like, because I'm just a huge car enthusiast. Being that it's Friday, happy Friday to everybody. Hopefully y'all had a great week. Hopefully some of y'all found some cars that y'all been looking for, or hopefully y'all are going out and hunting and picking up ones that are new to your area. So guys, being that it is Free Friday, I'm opening up a Johnny Lightning, and it is one that I briefly went over in my last video, but I am going over the 1964 Dodge 330. It is Dick Landy's Dodge 330 to be more specific. This is number 1 of 2000. It is in gray poly. This is version B, release 2. On the back, these are the 6 vehicles within this version for 2020's classic gold. You got the 1963 Studebaker Avanti, the 1970 Olds Cutlass 442 convertible, 1965 Chevy Corvette hardtop, the 1987 Chevy Monte Carlo SS, 64 Dodge 330, which is this one, and then finally the 1950 Chevy 3100 pickup. Now this vehicle is actually really sweet. I was looking up the history because, you know, every time I do a Free Friday, I like to give you guys some facts and history about the vehicles, kind of showing you that a lot of times that whenever Hot Wheels or Johnny Lightning or whoever I'm reviewing makes a cast, a lot of times there's an actual vehicle that goes along with it. Now the classic facts right here: prior to the 426 Hemi, there were 2 426 cubic inch engine options for the 64 Dodge 330, the 426 wedge and the race only 426 max wedge. Max wedge had a cross ram air intake using dual 4-barrel carburetors, producing 425 horsepower at 4,400 RPM. Now you're thinking back in 1964, anything over 400 horsepower was pretty impressive. But we're gonna go ahead and take this out of the package so we can get a closer and better look at this vehicle. Nice and clean. You guys know I like to try to open it as clean as possible. That's just the way I like to do it. That way if I want to save the card, I can. Let's take this out. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, let's take a look at that paint job. That silver metallic is very, very nice. This is gray poly. Like I had mentioned in all my other Johnny Lightnings, that's the one thing I do love about it, is they give you the paint code. So this is MM-1 32263 gray poly, and this metallic flake just looks really nice. The one thing I do like about Johnny Lightnings or any of those variations of Auto Worlds or any really good and well put together cast is the paint job, and a good light can really capture that. Now moving on to the side right here, you can see it does have the Hemi Charger right here on the front fender, as well as Dick Landy's name across the top of the door, and then on the side it has the automotive research for LA County Dodge dealers. Now when this first came out in 1964, it was the very first Dodge with the new 426 Hemi, so they gifted the very first one to Dick Landy. Moving on to the rear fender, you got the 676 with the SS/A. 676 was his drag racing number or competition number for this vehicle, and the SSA stands for Super Stock Automatic. It does have the really nice drag slicks in the rear, as well as some nice, looks like mag style wheels up front. On the bottom you can see that these are true slicks. There's no tread like the front. Those ones look like just traditional radial tires, probably some basic Goodyears maybe, if that. But I do like the fact that it actually has slicks on the rear. Definitely makes it stand out that it's a drag car. Moving on to the back, it does have nice tampos for the tail lights. As you can see right here, these inner tail lights are just tampos, unlike these other ones that are casted into the body, and that is because on this vehicle, when they made this drag car, they actually added 2 more brake lights on there. I don't know what the purpose was. Maybe it was something to distinguish it from the normal Dodge 330, or maybe it was an NHRA regulation at that time. But it does have the automotive research right there on the trunk. No license plate. This thing has some really good weight to it. It is all metal. Moving on to the interior, it is a nice cherry red interior, really true to the actual vehicle. I'll post pictures up top, that way you can really capture how close this car resembles the original. Moving on to the front, you do have the nice tampos for the headlight. They're real basic, but it also gives the effect of the headlight, as well as the inner grille fog lights that are mounted up there. The grille detail's really nice. And then moving on to the front bumper, you do have the front ambers for the turn signals or parking lights. The hood has some nice detail as well. You do have the hood pins, you got Landy's Dodge, as well as the Dodge badging up front, and the opening of the actual front scoop right there on the hood. Let's open this bad boy up. There we go. You got the dual 4-barrel carbureted 426 Hemi in that nice Mopar orange to really make it stand out inside that engine bay that is matte black. So it really makes that motor pop. I definitely do like this. I actually really like the fact that that hood scoop is functional and you can see right through it. The only difference between this car and the real car is that the real car was more of a gasser. It was actually lifted and the rear wheel was moved forward 8 inches and the front axle was moved forward 6 inches. So it really looked awkward. It was a shortened wheelbase and it was a modified chassis just for weight distribution, kind of like how the gassers were. They lifted it up, that way it can get all that weight transferred to the rear end. But they did it different on this one, and that is what gave the very first name of the funny car. When someone saw this, they saw the awkward wheelbase where the back tire was pretty much touching this fender and the front tire was almost touching the front fender. Someone had mentioned that it looked like a funny car, and that is where the term derived from, and it was from this vehicle. Now this car isn't big by any means. This was one trim level up above the Dodge Dart, so that'll give you a comparison on actually how small this vehicle was. It's not a big body muscle car like the Challenger or Charger, but it was definitely a nice competitor. I actually do like the stance to this. I'm glad they didn't really give it that true jacked up lift with the pushed forward axles. That would have looked really awkward on this cast. So I'm really glad that they stuck with almost a pro stock look to it. Let me know down below what you like about the content I bring you on this Free It Friday, or what more you want to see from doing these type of videos. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hopefully you stuck around long enough to become part of the Mustang Hunter family by clicking that subscribe button and staying tuned for future content. But let's just give this car one more look around. Let's look at that beautiful car. I got nothing else. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and of course, until next time, this is the Mustang Hunter. Peace.